Hi, everybody. Excuse me. Um, this is going to be very short. It's in relation to the Crumbley verdict, where they did, in fact, find the mother of Ethan Crumbley guilty of involuntary manslaughter, 4 counts for the 4 kids that were shot and killed and died. The reason that I say that it's Pandora's box is this one piece of the law, and it is that the person that they violated some legal obligation, right? That's a really critical part of the charging documents. And the part that I can't get past is this, that the person that they violated a legal obligation that ended up hurting or killing the victim, correct? Well, do the 2 parents, do they really have a legal obligation to the students of the school? And so when you look at it from the legal side of the definition, it's really hard to get there. Now, she absolutely had a legal obligation to her son. She had an obligation to do the right thing and, duty to protect and all those things. But I'll tell you where my problem is. I'm glad for this verdict. I do think that it's a Pandora's box. I think that this may end up being one of those cases that has some really serious unintended consequences that you may find yourself shocked and surprised when you wake up one day and you are being arrested because of what your 16-year-old son or daughter did the night before. So I think we kind of have to prepare ourselves for a change in point of view, perhaps, that parents will now be held accountable every time let's use, for example, Chicago. You got these young kids out on the street. They're shooting and killing each other every single day. Every single day. They've dropped out of school. They're just living in a war zone. Will they begin to arrest those parents? Will those kids, the ones that are shooting at each other with these gangland affiliations, will they go and arrest the parents and hold the parents accountable for the violence against other kids? This really opens up we're not in Oz anymore. You know what I mean? We're not in Kansas anymore. This is a new precedent, unlike anything we've ever seen before. And for one thing, there'll be a great deal of time spent, I think, redefining some of these terms. Like, I just can't. The mother, the father of Ethan Crumbley did not have a legal obligation to keep the kids of the school safe. That is not their legal obligation. It is not. So they violated their behavior in terms of this kind of social contract that being good parents, you have to have oversight of your child and know when they may be dangerous or sick and need care. But that's actually a misapplication of the charging documents. So again, I'm a bit comfortable with this because someone has to do something about how out of control the youth in our country are. That we have too many young people raising themselves, and we're becoming a more and more violent culture, much more alcohol and drug use, we got to rein it in somewhere. We got to get things back to a standard where people are trying to live healthy, happy, productive lives instead of sort of being out of control and living on the edge. So in some ways, I don't mind this, but I can't get past that one issue. The parents had no legal obligation toward the victims, who were the 4 kids that were killed, and the others that were injured, but specifically for these 4 that were killed. I'll tell you who did have a legal obligation, and again, this is not a popular position, but it is absolutely consistent with the law in Michigan. The people that had the legal obligation, the people that really should have been charged for involuntary manslaughter, really should have been the school. They're the ones that had the legal obligation toward the students at the school to keep them safe, the duty to protect. They have that legal obligation. And I know, before everybody gets all freaked out, I know that, public school, there's government immunity, you can't sue, the whole 9 yards. I do think the counselor that met with the parents, that failed to check the backpack, that failed to force the parents to take the child for medical care, I do think that counselor, I think they could have ethics charges against them. I think there could be some civil litigation against they as well as the school. So I think that's possible, but it's very hard for me to understand. I think that the verdict, like so many, we're weary of these school shootings. We're weary of the big mass shooters, and we're weary of it, right? And it is not, people say, well, it's guns. No, it's not guns. Here's what you don't understand. Guns have been around for eons, since we rode horses to get around. Growing up in towns, when the majority of people used to live in small towns, now the majority of people live in large urban areas. But even when I was, a kid in high school, every single boy in the school, they had a car or a truck in the parking lot, and every single one of them had 1, 2, 3 firearms in that truck, out in public display. Everybody could see it. People didn't get shot. You weren't going and grabbing your guns and killing people just because you got into an argument. You got into an argument, you'd either yell or you'd punch each other, and then it was over. So yes, I agree. The firearms have gotten too much attention, and they're highly valued among those kids that are living lawless lives. But the main problem, I think, at the heart of all this is mental health. It's mental health. It's homes where the parents are not present, whether they're not present physically or whether they're not present because they have a drug and alcohol problem of their own, or they're not present because they have mental illness, whatever the reason. I think the cause is unavailable parents that are just simply not there. They're not taking care to teach kids to treat others with respect and kindness. You have to follow the rules of the school. You have to follow the law of the land. And if you break those rules, if you go against the law, then you pay the consequences. And we've lost so much of that. I watched a video, I guess it was this morning. I just didn't understand it. I think it was Instagram, and it was a mother, I suppose. A mother had a 2-year-old little girl, and she took the 2-year-old little girl into the bathroom, and you could tell she stepped up like on a stool where she would brush her teeth. and had her looking in the mirror. And I teach people to do mirror work, where you look in the mirror and you use your positive affirmations and you build yourself up for the performance for the day, and you work on your personal identity, right? But this mother did something that was so disturbing. She said to the little girl that when she wanted to say bad words, that she had to go into the bathroom to say bad words, and that she wanted the little girl, this is a 2-year-old baby now, to stand on her little stool, where she brushed her teeth, stand on her little stool and say all her cuss words, all the bad words she wanted to say them right there in the bathroom into the mirror. And then when she was all finished, then she could come out. And this woman was live streaming this. And so the lady left the room, left the little girl there, and that little girl knew that camera was on, because she said, hey guys, today we're going to be saying bad words in the bathroom. And she proceeds then to say, different dirty words, including the Queen Mother Mary of all dirty words, F-U-C-K. Recorded it, smiling. Mom came in, asked her if she needed to say anything else, if there were any other bad words that she wanted to say, and she said no, and then they left. And the little girl was not told that the phone was recording. She was not told that she was live. She knew it. She knew it was live, because when the mother left, then the little girl said, hey guys, today we're saying bad words in the bathroom. Now, where is this going to go? This is a 2-year-old little girl. This is a baby, and she's already saying pretty rough words and smiling and thinking it's funny and thinking it's cute. And you may tell yourself, they're just words. They're not a big deal. Maybe they may be just words, but man, words have meaning, don't they? Words really do have meaning. They're powerful. So in terms of identity and knowing who you are and developing a view on the world, do I want to be a person who is confident and strong and productive, or do I want to be, one of the renegade, outlaw people? What do I really want? Is it going to be so cute when this little girl is standing there with a whole string of cuss words and whatnot? Is that going to be cute when she's 16, 17, 18 years old? Is it going to be cute then when she's fitting in with this renegade outlaw type of identity? Is that going to be cute? Because I don't think so. I think it's going to be a sad day for this young lady. It's not a big deal. What happened wasn't abusive. It wasn't, this big, but what it was is it shows a mindset, a culture for what the home will be like for this little baby. So this is not an inanimate object that has a mind of its own. This is a problem in culture, where we're really not thinking about the long-term ramifications of what we're exposing our kids to. And we need to start doing that. So I think with the Crumbley verdict, very, very strange. Part of me agrees with it. I think it's a good start for getting it going. Making changes in our culture, but yeah, it's a weird. I'm gonna have to think about it. I'm gonna have to give it some more thought for sure. So, all right, y'all have a good day. I'll be back later to talk some more about it.